My latest cycle. It's largely testosterone. Towards the last half, I've been taking this dimethazine, just one, maybe two on training day. That's it. Just as like kind of like boost my DHT. It's important to keep your DHT levels up. I know with the hair thing, if you're worried about that, take something to protect your hair. But man, keep them DHT levels up if you're over 50. Maybe even if you're over 40, because DHT prevents prostate cancer. I mentioned this before. It does. Your prostate, there's been studies done which show that if DHT is present in moderate to high levels in your prostate, you cannot get prostate cancer. It is impossible. It's not even talking about, it reduces the chances. No, it will literally prevent any form of cancer ever forming in your prostate if you have high levels of DHT. Your price, if you don't have prevention, is, hair loss, whatever. I've never had hair anyway. My, grandfather was bald, so I knew I was going to go bald when I was young. Didn't bother me anyway. Always wore a hat. That's what the hell difference would make. I always thought hair was a pain in the ass anyway. By the time I was in my 20s, I was like, shave this shit off, man. I don't even want to deal with it. It's like, I think it's very unmanly anyway to like have like fluffy hair and go, oh my man, what am I, fucking Samson here, Anyway, let's get off on the subject. I find it very unmanly. Like, puffy, hairspray and shit like that. 200, testosterone. I was taking like 150 a week. And even with that 150 a week, 140, 150 a week, without only going to the gym like once every like 8-9 days, I lost a couple of pounds. That may be from diet though, because I wasn't eating, as much as I could. Well, no, actually, I think I was. I think it was just it was the increased activity, because I was moving, so packing, So, we'll definitely put that on activity, because I think I was eating pretty good, So I had to get that weight back, muscle back. Probably lost a couple of pounds of muscle, a couple of pounds of fat, Probably like not much fat though, maybe a pound or two. I'm really pretty lean. I've never been this lean in my, before in my life. So I decided to more than double my testosterone up to about maybe 400. I've been doing that for the last 6-7 weeks. When they tested me, my testosterone level was like, and I hadn't taken it for like maybe 3 days, 4 days, and my levels were like 1,500. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. So it keeps your levels pretty high. But two things. When I inject, I take one of those, let me show you, hold on. I take this Eradicate, from Muscle Addiction. This is like a cheapie one, that, estrogen, keeps the estrogen down, because I'll tell you, when I inject and, if I don't take one of these, man, sometimes I'm watching TV, so I can go like weepy. It's like, what the hell is wrong with me? It's like, it could be anything, just anything that's even remotely emotional, and you start blubbering. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, it's like, whoa, so get me some of that. So usually I only need it like on the day that, I inject, because like later that day, because my, estrogen levels get up, atomic. So, so you gotta watch out for that. And it's only with 400 of testosterone. Can you imagine if it's like you're doing 1,000 or something? Man, it must get like, I don't know. This is the most I've ever taken of testosterone. Is it the most I've ever done in a cycle? Maybe not, because I was taking like 300 at one time, and I was taking like 2 different pro hormones. So maybe not. I was taking Nandrolone, pro hormone, and Epiandro, along with like 300 testosterone. I was wicked strong on that fucking cycle, but I didn't feel as good. I was gonna say on this with 400 and taking this Epi, I feel really good. I mean, I got lots of energy. I'm strong. It's like good in the gym, and good outside the gym. So you know, as long as you watch out for the estrogen. So I would say it's a win-win. And a lot of people have been saying that now that one of the best cycles is just testosterone because it's your natural hormone. Just need to increase it up. You just got to watch out for the estrogen. You don't want things getting too crazy. What do I take for supplements? I say other than like some vitamins and stuff, I take DHEA and the pregnenolone, which Vigorous Steve recommended. Now he's down on that Epiandro, but I'm telling you, I don't think he's ever tried it. I think he's saying that because he can afford Primo. I can't afford Primo. I can't source Primo. And this is basically a DHT. This is a natural hormone, too. Apparently, people don't realize. This is not synthetic. Epiandro is a natural hormone in your body. It's DHT derived. It will make you dry. It will make you vascular. And it will increase your DHT, so it balances it out. On the days, other than, that's why I think on the injection days, that's the only time that I need, something like Eradicate E, because the DHT keeps, things in check otherwise. You see what I'm saying? So that Epiandro works pretty well. So I'm a fan. That's all I'm going to say. I wish I can get injectable Epiandro. and we have to, because this stuff, I'll say one thing against this dimethazine compared to other Epiandros I've taken, is it's a little harsh on the stomach. I've never even taken 3 of these. I've taken 2, and I found that I can't take 2 on a daily basis because it bothers my stomach. You can take 1, but not 2. I do on training days sometimes, but it's like, it's rough. So, I don't know, and that's all I got to say. I'm just saying it's a testosterone-only cycle is pretty damn good, and, you're talking to a guy who's in his mid-50s. I'll be 55 in March, and that's all I got to say. Thanks for listening.